thing I'll say, if you're going to have an opinion on someone, and like you say, not necessarily behind their back, but if you say something about them, whether it's behind their back or like, okay, yeah, I guess, to your friends too, which is kind of behind their back. But if you're going to do that, when you're confronted with it, bro, you better stand strong on it, because it just like, once you get caught, or not even caught, but like once you get like, once someone challenges your beliefs and you don't stand on it, you kind of tiptoe around. It just proves like that the advice that you give out is complete. It's BS. Okay, it's BS. All right. If you don't, okay, so let me give you guys some backstory of what happened. So that Mr. Endure, the one that said, "Oh, if you're getting abused, you have to endure it," bro. Listen to this, okay? So after that happened, right? People were like, roasting him and everything, like basically clowning on him, okay? And he, well, like apparently not even apparently, he straight up said like he lives in Tokyo because like he doesn't like the women here. He lives in Tokyo, so he was visiting America again for like to do these podcasts. I think he did like maybe 3 or 4. I want to say maybe 3 or 4, right? And he was doing these podcasts, and on one of them, he was, he was talking, doing this thing, and towards the in the end, okay, this other content creator, Angela Knight, I believe is her name. I first noticed her on TikTok, and I didn't think she was going to be like well known as a content creator, because like I would see her things here and there, and it was good advice, but I didn't really stick around for I just didn't stick around. Her advice was good, but I just didn't really stick around, so I was like, okay, no big deal. So when that happened, this involves them two, okay, because Mr. Endure, okay, his real name is Jonathan, and like people call him MLD, Modern Life Dating, MLD, there you go. People call him MLD because he runs a YouTube channel that's called that. He goes on this podcast with this dude, okay, and he like hit Angela and him are like, together alongside other people like Destiny's wife and a couple of other creators who I haven't known, but those are the 3 that I know, okay? And like they're doing this podcast, and towards the end, right? That's when Angela Angela really, she created this whole thing for, what, and she created it, I'll admit it, but you know what, it's a good thing that she did, because it really shows who these people really are, that they don't stand strong on what they believe in, okay? So this podcast happens with, Angela and MLD, okay? And like, apparently the podcast that they were on, Angela was on a previous episode, and he was in the comment section, or like it was a live event, and he was like in the comment section like insulting her, calling her fat, she needs to lose some weight and stuff like that. And she basically said like, "Oh, like, do you believe you have healthy habits?" And he's like, "Yeah, I have healthy habits, yeah." He's like, and then she was basically like, "What do you think about, insulting women, okay?" And because you called me fat and stuff like that. And bro, oh my god, how he just like cowers away, like, "Oh, I called you fat? What?" Like, it would have been different if like he would just been like, "Yeah, I called you fat, so what?" Okay, but that's not what he did. Essentially he just like cowered out. He was like, "What? I called you fat? Did I? Huh? I don't think I did." Like, and after like going back and forth with her, and pretty much like there was like maybe 5 women on this podcast episode, and they all ganged up on him, and he just cowered away, like, "Oh, like, I didn't say that, no." But of course, he was caught. And after like going back and forth for like 5 minutes, he finally admitted, he's like, "Yeah, like, I think you're 40 pounds overweight and you need to lose some weight," or something like that. But he for sure did say, "Yeah, like, I think you're fat." And of course, after like Angela, perfectly summarized it. After pulling teeth, is when he finally admitted it. Okay, and like, so that's pretty much the backstory of what's happening right now, of what I'm wanting to talk about right now. Okay, because he goes on another podcast. Oh, not even, no, it's not a podcast. He like, I guess this is one of his friends or something like that. Like they really get along. They're getting along on this YouTube video, right? And he's like what happened on like this. Keep in mind that whole incident I just told you about happened live. So there's evidence that like he was just cowering out on like he was cowering out when he was being confronted. Okay, so like he's basically telling a whole nother story than what actually like it seems like they just don't like they don't understand. I guess they think people are a lot more dumber than they actually are, which I'm not here to say that people aren't dumb, because there's people out here who no question just like again I'm just speechless, but that whole situation happened, and basically he's going on telling on a completely different story than what actually happened, okay? And it just shows that like what these people preach, they don't stand on it. Like they're not who they truly say they are, you know what I mean? When confronted or challenged on literally the basic things of just like, hey, like, you know, why'd you say that, they just cower, you know what I mean? Again, it would have been different if he would have just said like, yeah, like this is what I said. Okay, but that's not what he did. He basically he was playing dumb when, and of course no one believed him because it had. Think of a little kid who gets caught lying and who gets caught lying, but then they continue to lie and they're just like, huh, what? No, that's not what happened. That's basically what, you know. That's basically how he was reacting. Okay, like he just. It amazes me how like people present themselves in a way that's not true to who they really are, just for, yeah, I don't know, clout on the internet, I guess. Clout on the internet, I guess. I don't know. It's stupid. It's actually pretty funny too, because they're so delusional. It's as if they think people did not see that live event and there's not like proof on YouTube. It's just it's wild to me, bro. So that's pretty much it.